All right, guys, welcome back here to CarolinaPreps.com. I got a young man on here that I've known for a long time, since both of us had much darker hair, I promise that, but a longtime friend of the show, Coach Rodney Brewington, president of the Youth Shrine Bowl of the Carolinas, in addition to being the head coach at Southview High School. Coach, how you doing?
Hey, I'm doing good, Chris. Thank you for having me. Welcome back. Looks good to see you back on the airways where you belong. It's been a long time, but thank you so much for having us. Doing good.
All right. Hey, we got you said you had a special announcement you want to introduce the coaching staff for this upcoming Youth Shrine Bowl of the Carolinas. So I'm going to bring these men on, and I'm going to give you an opportunity to talk about them and talk about your game coming up this year. So without further ado, here is Coach Patrick Martin at Green C. Floyd's High School, David Grimm at Cummins High School, and Coach James McLean at Carver Middle School in Laurinburg. So, Coach, I'm going to let you take it away.
Well, thank you so much. As you know, we are entering in our 10th year of the Youth Shrine Bowl of the Carolinas. The Youth Shrine Bowl is a charity youth game that benefits the Shriners Hospital for Children, and we also serve as the grassroots program for the high school Shrine Bowl. And each year when we put this game on, we're really excited just to have high school and some of the top middle school coaches in the area coaching our game. Well, this year we are just so elated to have a great lineup of coaches, and some that are on with us tonight that you have just alluded to. But coming out of South Carolina, we have a very successful coach who's doing great things down at Green C. Floyd's High School, and Mr. Coach Patrick Martin. We're very excited to have him on our staff. He was actually a late addition. Also in South Carolina, we have the head coach of Darlington High School, which is Mr. Jamie Johnson, who's in his third year there, doing a phenomenal job, and the newly appointed head coach at Wando High School, and Mr. Isaiah Pirine. Over on the North Carolina coaching staff, on our 8th grade staff, we have head coach Nick Eddings at Pinecrest High School, who I think no introduction is needed there, and the things that he's done down there at Pinecrest, keeping that program going. And we just have a rising shooting star in Coach David Grimm down at Hugh M. Cummings High School down in Burlington. As you know, that program is consistent. That program is constantly, nobody wants to play them come playoff time. I put it that way. And down in Laurinburg High School, we probably have the hottest middle school coach in all of North Carolina, Coach James McLean. He's been at that school for 14 years. He's won the last 9 out of 11 years championships down there, and I think that speaks for itself. He's coached now, I think he's up to 4 NFL players that he coached through his program, but he's done a great job. So we're ecstatic to have the coaching lineup that we have this year, and the Youth Shrine Bowl is just in great hands with the coaching staff this year, Chris.
All right. Hey, I want to start with you, Coach Martin, since you're at Green C. Floyd in South Carolina. Tell me about some of the talent that you guys have been able to look at so far for this game. And we know how important the Shrine Bowl of the Carolinas, the high school version, is. I've had an opportunity to work with that game for over a decade. I've been fortunate enough to call it on TV, and it's always a battle back and forth. But, the talent base that you guys have in South Carolina and just the game itself, how important is it to you as a coach to be a part of this?
It's a great honor to be a part of this. We got a bunch of talent in South Carolina, just right here in Horry County. We got a bunch of talent just in Horry County. But hopefully we can reach further parts of South Carolina and just bring the best kids we possibly can to compete against North Carolina in the greatest game on earth, football.
All right, and I'm just going to kind of go around the corner here, and Coach Grimm, Coach David Grimm at Cummins High School. Coach, you're no stranger to a lot of talent. There's been a ton of talent come through Cummings as well as Alamance County in general. But just what does it kind of do for you as a head coach at the high school level? I don't know if it maybe sharpens your tools dealing more with younger guys, or maybe helps you get used to the young guys coming up. But what is coaching in a game like this able to help you with your career, maybe transition over to the high school game?
Well, yeah, one thing I've always been big on, even at the high school level, is coaching fundamentals. And, when we get to the middle school level, and I was a middle school coach prior to moving up to the high school level. And I'm real big on fundamentals. I'm real big on technique. And that shows hopefully with even my high school players. So bringing that down to the middle school level, once again, the fundamentals and the technique is going to be real important for our practices that we're going to have for the seventh grade team this year. And it's just going to help me sharpen my tools as far as teaching that and coaching those fundamentals, those technique, which is just so important when it comes to playing this game.
And Coach McLean, I'll wrap it up here with you. You've been coaching, as Coach Brewington alluded, powerhouse program at Carver Middle School in Laurinburg, feeding a lot of those big timers that have gone up to Scotland County. Coach Richard Bailey, you're used to coaching the younger guys as opposed to maybe the high school guys. How does it help you, and maybe how do you help you relate more with the young guys versus having to come down from the high school ranks? How much fun is this for you?
Oh, it's a lot of fun for me. I'm excited just to be in a call with these guys and you guys. I follow all these guys. But yeah, I'm a middle school guy at heart. Been doing this for about 25 years. I like as Coach Grimm was saying, I like the teaching aspect of it, the fundamental piece. I like to see kids come in one way and leave out another, and then get them to the high school and let the guys at the high school do what they do. Be the X and O guys. But our mindset is to teach kids to fall in love with, I think it was Coach Martin was talking about the love of the game, which football is the greatest game on earth. So we teach here as fundamentals, and we want you to fall in love with football for the rest of your life.
Hey, amen to that. Coach Brewington, when is the game, and just some of the particulars that maybe some of the parents out there? Yeah, I guess my first question is, have the teams been selected? And if not, what's the process for that? And is there any information that you need to disseminate about the game itself?
Very good question, and thank you so much. This year's game is on schedule to be played in Greenville, South Carolina, which we've been fortunate enough to be there in Greenville the last 8 years. And the game is scheduled to be at Wando High School, and it's going to be on December the 20th, which is a Saturday. Game 1 will be at 10 a.m., game 2, 12:30, and our 8th grade game will be starting around 2:30 p.m. And actually this weekend, we're going to be in Laurinburg at Carver Middle School, which will be our first combine for North Carolina. And Chris, basically what we're doing is all of the North Carolina and all of the South Carolina coaches, they are working together to build 3 solid football teams. And so all 3 coaching staffs will be making their way down to Laurinburg tomorrow. And Coach McLean is going to have his athletes out there, and each coaching staff will be selecting from the Carver Middle School Combine. And then on the 29th of March, those 3 coaching staffs will be going into Southern Pines area, where Pinecrest will be having their combine at Pinecrest High School. April the 5th, North Carolina will be in the Burlington area, where Coach Grimm will be hosting his combine. Over on the South Carolina side, we're going to kick things off on the 30th at McBee High School in McBee, South Carolina. On the 5th, we're going to be at Richland Northeast High School, and Coach Martin will be setting his combine to come. So each coaching staff will converge on those 3 combines, and the goal is to select 44-man rosters, just like the high school, from those 3 combines. They've been busy in their communities, reaching out to their middle schools. We've been on social media platforms like this, letting everyone know that they can be a part of this great game. And Chris, also at our website, www.youthshrinebowl.com, we have a roster of all of our combines there. So it's going to be competitive combines to make these teams, but these coaches are going to be hand selecting their rosters. So, we just want our young guys to come out and bring their A games.
All right, I'll ask you one question, Coach. You said this game's been going on for 10 years. Has there been any translation of some of your stars and some of your players that have played in this youth game that have actually graduated up and played in the high school Shrine Bowl at the Carolinas yet?
Hey, man, listen, it's almost as if I wrote the questions myself. Jarvis Green, obviously, we know he's at Clemson. He started in our game. We have Florida State commit Sampson, who was down at New Bern, who played in both games. We've had about 26 from the youth game who've actually made the high school game. But more importantly, our high school coaches have selected over 44 players that eventually played in college. So hat goes off to the coaches that we select. And Chris, when the coaches get down there, it's high school football. One of the draws of being a part of the Youth Shrine Bowl is that they're getting a high school experience. We don't interfere with the coaches. We let them run their programs, and you will be amazed the quality of games that we have. Last year, we had Dutch Fork High School versus East Forsyth High School, and it came down to a 2-point conversion. Everybody's on their feet. Not only was it a great game for the fans, but it brought so much awareness for the Shriners Hospital for Children. So we're just excited about what these coaches and the talent that they're going to select for this year's game.
All right, I'm going to have to throw one more just question out there, and this is pretty much open for any of you guys. I know this is about the kids, and I know that you as coaches are out there to help prepare these young men for their high school career and coach them up and help them get better in more than just football. We all know that football is a vessel for life and life skills and everything else, but we're all competitive. We're all coaches. Who's going to win it, or how bad do you guys want to beat the other guys? I know we're all working collectively together, but I guess there's still some competitive fire out there.
Hey, Chris, before I let the coaches answer, the last 3 years, North Carolina has swept this game. So this year, South Carolina, the pressure is on them to even that score. But I'm going to leave it right there. I'm going to open it up to the coach. I guess he
put some pressure on you, Coach Martin. And I can see Coach Martin's at school working, so that's a good man right there.
Yep, there he goes.
I just want as long as the best team wins, it's fine with me. Everybody's going to work hard, do our best we can.
Coach Grimm, any final thoughts for you?
I found the four most hyper-competitive coaches I know and put them on my staff.
All right. And Coach McLean, you get the last word today.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I'm like Coach Grimm. We're not going to show up down there just to be in Greenville. We want to come down there and have a good time, but we also want to win. I don't want to be that guy who lost after North Carolina's been rolling pretty good for 4 years. So we're going to try to show up and do a little something.
All right. Coach Brewington, appreciate you coming on. Remember, guys, go to youthshrinebowl.com for all the information about the combines coming up later this month. But I appreciate you getting on this platform and sharing the information about this game.
Well, thank you so much, Chris. And hopefully next year, same time, same place, you'll invite us back. This game has just grown. And again, Chris, these coaches were vetted. They were recommended by coaches that coached in our game last year when we did our follow-up meeting with the coaches. And, we just hope that the hospital and those kids in the Shriners Hospital benefits directly and indirectly from what these coaches do. But I'm just so excited. We have a quality group of coaches, and we just look to have a great event this year.
All right, man. Thank y'all for y'all's time, and I look forward to following y'all throughout the year as y'all prepare for the game. But we appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Go Scots.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.